Hey y'all, thanks for stopping by. So, there's been this lady, Kelly Cadigan, that's been dominating all of my social media feeds for probably a month now. And in the last week, she's made a pretty big change, or apparent change, in the stuff she believes and where she's going to move forward with her political career. And it's caused a weird conversation to happen about reform and forgiveness, and I'll just start from the beginning. If you don't know who this person is, Kelly's a trans woman who's been courting conservative political spheres for a little bit now. I've heard people compare her to Blair White, and while I don't really like these kind of comparisons, I get where they're coming from because, yeah, they're both trans women. They both flirt around with conservative speakers and stuff like that. No one would argue that Blair White is a liberal. They'll all say that she's a conservative, she supports the GOP. They're both, I believe most people would say that they're conventionally attractive and, voice and visually they're passing. So the other comparison that you could make is that a lot of the times when people denigrate them, they'll talk about this leopards eating face party, which, if you don't know what that means, it's basically supporting people whose policies will harm you. And I don't know many people who would argue that the GOP isn't actively trying to harm trans people in the United States right now. Hundreds of laws have been passed, hundreds more are in the process. Some are getting denied, sure, but there's a lot of laws getting passed against trans people right now. So for trans people to support this political party, it does seem kind of weird to me. I'm always expecting these people to have a sort of wake-up call at some point in their life. Probably is going to be when something affects them directly instead of people around them. But, you know, regardless of all of that, Kelly was supposed to go on Tim Pool's podcast, show, Timcast, whatever. And Tim Pool went on this rant on Twitter about, trans women and bottom surgery. All the stuff that you'd expect conservative men to say about trans women getting bottom surgery. And she responded and was like, I'm not going to go on your show because if this is how you're going to treat me, if this is how you're going to treat trans women, I don't want to be a part of this. And she got a lot of the responses you might expect from people. A lot of conservatives in her replies calling her a man. A lot of left-leaning people in her replies saying, hey, told you so. Like, what did you think was going to happen? And now she's released a statement saying that, she's going to examine her position. She wants to, essentially, it seems like she wants to move more leftward in the stuff that she believes and what she supports. Now, there's a lot of people in my side of the internet who have looked at this statement that she made and is basically like, there's no way she can change. There's no way that she changed her position so fast. I'm not going to forgive her, all of this. And I don't think y'all get that forgiving somebody doesn't mean you have to trust them. It doesn't mean you have to let them into your social circles. It just means that you don't hate them anymore. And yeah, people who change the stuff they believe, they've probably said and done things that are very harmful, that are painful to look back on. I don't think you should just get a clean slate when you change. You should try to fix the harm that you've done. You should work to better the world. I would argue to a more intense degree than the rest of us really need to. I always find it really weird. I see this all the time on the internet of people saying they had this far right phase and a Nazi phase when they were kids, and I never went through that, and I don't get why y'all think this is so normal. I'm not saying you can't change, but most people, these phases you went through, heavily affected other people in the world. The rhetoric and the hatred that you put out there caused real world harm. And you need to work to fix that. I'm not saying that you're going to be this pariah for the rest of your life, but yeah, there's going to be people who don't want to associate with you because of the things that you've done. There's going to be people who do. There's going to be people who can accept you and will support you more because you have this life experience of being on this other side. But just because you're being better, like, you can't expect people to like you for it. And that's okay. You can't be friends with everybody. You can just be a better person. And that's more than just Kelly. That's everybody in your life. That's everybody in the world. We all can change, but changing doesn't mean you're automatically going to be friends with everyone. So don't expect that, and don't think you need to do that. Just, let go of that hate. Just drop that sack of bricks. Don't think about this person anymore. You can keep tabs on them if you want, but just let them try and change. Give them the opportunity to fix the harm that they've done. And hopefully they will, you know? But you got to give them that time. And, I guess until the next time a right-wing woman decides she wants to change for the better, y'all try to have a good day.